Masters Finland is next weekend, and I took a quick pit stop in Poland. I'm a little bit jet lagged. First thing we gotta do is say what's up to Jimmy. Jimmy's been here before. We are at E36. Is that how you say it?
E36, best car show in Europe. That's a big title.
So, a lot of E36 things. I'm about to show you guys what I'm gonna be driving this weekend. Jimmy, give me a 5-second rundown, then we'll come back and check out your car more.
Boom, E36, Polski style, right here. We got the M-Way body kit. We'll get it nice and low. Got some fancy wheels this year because at next level, you need something fancy.
I may or may not have done this. I'm sorry, Jimmy.
Adam got so jealous that my car looks lower that he broke my mirror.
No, so here's the thing. My car actually lower than Jimmy's. I said the one thing, I just gotta have to be lower than Jimmy. 18s, look at the stance, okay? Now let's go look at mine.
Whatever, dude.
There are so many cool cars here. The cars here are literally insane. There's gonna be a lot.
They're next level. That's why that's called next level drift.
This guy, stop. Now Michael is very tired. Michael, how are you?
Tired.
Yes, but you have done me the massive honor of prepping a beautiful E36 for me to drive here, and I very much so appreciate it.
Not only me, our whole team. We managed to get it done for you. You can just go and rip.
So I think the idea for this came about after we did the E36 week back home. We all drove all the E36s with the CNC 71 kit. They were a blast, and they said, yeah, come drive Ultra Race with us. And even did me the courtesy of putting the stickers on it, but the most important thing, we are definitely lower than Jimmy Oaks.
Oh yes, definitely.
Look at this. Jimmy.
You could have seen on Jimmy's car that you could stick a hole to 1 or 2 fingers.
And it's 18s. These are 17s.
Yeah.
Those are 18s.
No, 17s.
17s.
Damn it.
How do you say the Steely wheel?
The brand Insignia.
Insignia.
Yeah.
So tell me the story behind Insignia.
Big Polish drift wheel because they are cheap, because they come from Opel and it's like the cheapest car on the Polish market.
So you buy the Opel wheel, right?
Yeah.
And then you cut the barrel off, or the barrel, I think. You cut the barrel off, and they sell a ring, and you weld the ring in to extend the Steely to make it wider, and then boom, that's it.
It looks super cool.
You can see the welds like on the inside usually.
And it also depends how wide and what ET you want to get, because you can like put the lip out here or in the inside. Everything depends on the spec you want.
Pretty cool. So obviously Ultra Race is a car show, not a drift event, but there is a pretty cool drift layout here. A bunch of slow cars just having fun, banging door to door.
It's the most fun you'll have drifting slow. I don't even know how to put it. It's amazing.
Can't agree more. If only the car rips and those two will rip, then most time you will ever hurt.
Okay, so this thing is very similar to what I have back home, 325. Then what's this thing?
3252, but it's M54.
E46 compact.
It does, honestly, they look so weird in the front, but I love the livery on this. This car is really cool.
The E46 compact, I am obsessed with the rear of the car. I think the rear looks super cool, but the front is just like, you know.
Yeah.
What's more important to you, the front or the rear?
That's the age-old debate, isn't it?
Yeah. This thing is so sick.
That is very cool.
You guys got some cool cars.
Yeah, that's mine. I'm going to be driving it, I think. Guys are doing some diagnostics.
It's nice, but it doesn't work.
Yakushimasu.
Why it's not working?
So, Jimmy had a lot to say about the Jersey barrier wall here. Check it out.
Oh my God.
So,
that is
no remorse. This has already been tweaked a little bit.
Oh
so
yeah.
She's a
Look
good
at
fun girl.
Your rail was replaced with.
Oh wow, I didn't notice that.
Oh my God.
That's pretty sick.
Polski spec.
I was about to say Polski.
You haven't spent a lot of time in Poland, but they are the kings of making it work with what they have.
So, if you go like snow skiing, you know the poles that you use?
Yeah.
Would it, if you were in Poland, would that be a Polski ski pole?
Wow. Just like calculations.
This is where my brain goes.
Polski people.
Polski ski pole.
But yeah, so simple cars, good recipes, fun time.
Look at this though, like
I had no idea what that was until I thought it was like a Civic at first from the rear.
what is it? I can't even
It's
tell.
a Mercedes.
Really?
Yeah.
It's so stanced.
It's super stanced.
It's crazy. It makes your Fitment look like a bitch back home.
Alright, whatever, dude. Whatever.
I think the coolest thing about this is I've gotten actually pretty used to driving E36s, and this is so much lower than anyone I've ever driven that it feels like a different car. I just feel like I can see the ground. People that have lowered the car before know what I'm talking about. Just a couple inches and you really feel it in the car, you know? You really feel a couple inches, you know what I'm saying? back at the track, and today is the first official day of Ultra Race. I feel way better. I was super jet lagged yesterday, but I can say my first initial impressions of the show, even though it was just a teaser of it, it felt like Drift Masters in the sense where you have all these different countries coming together, but obviously there's no competition aspect. Everyone's just out here with show cars. All the drift people are just here for fun. So it's just this cool laid back scenario where all these different countries in Europe, even people from Mexico, all over the world here. I got to meet so many people, and you never know what language they're gonna speak. So the first question I ask is always like, where are you from? And it's not like the States where you might get like, oh, you know, Tennessee or California. You're just getting countries you haven't even heard of. So that's pretty cool. Speaking of jet lag, it hit Colette extra hard yesterday, but she's here today. First time in Poland Ultra Race.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yakshimasu.
Yep, that's not a good thing to say, but
That's what you taught me.
yeah, well, I said that in a video before. I don't think YouTube can censor different languages, but we learned this trip it's not a nice thing. Well, it is a nice thing. It's just
Why
inappropriate.
would you teach me something that wasn't nice? That's not nice.
Because it's cute.
That's not nice.
Now, this isn't even technically the car show. This is just the drift pits, but there's one quick thing I want to show you guys before we go to the driver's meeting. A cool little squad here. I don't know why. I thought this was the coolest thing. The flame tip.
Very cool.
Colette likes flames. Too soon?
It's always too soon.
Almost 100 beautiful low drift cars here. Yeah, that is pretty cool, huh? There's your rig right there, Colette. Finally, BMW gang. It's pretty sick.
Hey.
This might be the coolest track I've ever driven. Look at this.
That's coming from you. You've probably driven more tracks than anyone in the planet.
Well, it's not a track. That's what's so cool about it. It's like street drifting, except we're on cobblestone parking lot, and it's just like switchback, switchback, switchback. Because the best thing about any corner that's 180 degrees or more means hella stack time.
Hella stack. That's, yeah. But it's funny, right? Because it's super loose on the stones, but there's a random patch of concrete in the middle, so like you'll dive and everyone will grip up for a second, get really sketchy, and then it gets loose again.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
You're really loose on
Yeah,
Auto Finesse always has some sick cars. Check this thing out.
I can't believe he's drifting on a Kaizen kit.
I know. Dude, so he hit me up when he was developing this kit and he wanted me to run the E36, and I thought it was the coolest thing ever, but I was terrified that it was just like too nice and wide to go drifting with.
On your car?
I know, we almost did it this year. It would have been like the biggest honor ever.
Yeah, it's
look at how sick it looks. I kind of regret not doing it, but
And Kaizen himself is like the coolest dude ever.
he's
it's
so
like,
nice.
He's the nicest guy ever.
Yeah, this came out amazing though. Look at how clean it is. Love it. And the new livery on the Datsun.
Yeah, I love the new color.
It's so sick. They got some of the best cars here, I think, in the drift pits. I don't know if it's an original color, if it's wrap, or if it's paint. But this is one of my favorite E46 drift cars I think I've ever seen. Absolutely beautiful. This car has all the cool paint techniques. Between the sparkles, the lace, the grinder technique on the hood. And it's a drift car. This is PSI or bar? Let's start with floor bar. Let's try it. Dude,
Oh my gosh.
I got used to the 391 and Stinky at home. Second gear is tall.
Show me the process of rack limiters, Adam.
I'm rubbing the chassis pretty bad, and this doesn't solve all of it, but definitely helps.
Adam asked me, how can we lose some weight? Those back
That was pretty easy. No
so
tools
heavy.
required. Dude, it is probably 20 pounds between the two of them.
They're dumb heavy for no reason.
Oh, wow, okay, that's way. I was like, oh, they're probably like 2 pounds. But yeah, no.
The difference with passenger versus no passenger. Like big time.
Colette, even though she weighs 80 pounds. I like how he goes. Yeah, like he's like, okay, we asked Joel, he knows.
He does.
He does.
Joel knows all.
Big,
36.
big E chassis daddy.
The best thing I can compare this event to is probably SEMA, just because it's probably one of the only events I've ever been to with the same level of cars. But the biggest difference here is it feels way less commercial. It's not as much of like big brands and lots of sponsored parts where you see a lot of the same cookie cutter cars. There's so much individualism with the builds here. A lot of uniqueness, a lot of one-offs. And I feel like another big thing too is like SEMA kind of feels like a money game, where here you get more of a feel of lots of relatable builds that are just done in like very unique ways, where you might look at a chassis that you've looked at a million times and you'll see the way that someone's done it here at Ultra Race, and it'll make you really pumped on it. So a lot of resourcefulness, still a lot of nice builds that obviously have some money poured into it, but it's really cool because it feels more like you are at a personal car show than at an exhibit of brands. So very, very cool, and maybe one day I can have one of my own cars here, but for now, we're just out having fun. Man, I wish I was filming. Some of the last laps of the day where you just don't really care are always the best. I did a 360 entry, had some good tandems with Suzuki-san and a bunch of other rad drivers, but End of the day, having to push my car off track. Unfortunately, I broke the diff, but she still looks pretty good. One little door mark on that side. A couple on this side, and I'll wear them like a badge of honor, because that means I'm giving good leads. It's funny, even just the drift car show is like enough to be a car show. And this is like 10% of what's up there. So sick. This is 100% a real moment, not even staged. Look at how cute these two are. I had to put it on camera.
How are you?
This is so comfortable.
You know, we're just having a little catch up at the end. I feel like we're at one of those American sports bars, you know, where there's like a massive TV in front of you. We're just catching up about the day.
Watching the world go by.
I turned around and I felt like this photo is like straight out of Pinterest. It was pretty good. Do you have a good day?
Really good day. Yeah, like once I figured what entry I was gonna do, like I was happy. Like James arrived on about 2 o'clock and I was like, I have no idea what's happening. I'm going in from the left, from the right, from the middle. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And he was like, no. What you need to do
Bring it back to basics.
Bring it back and just like pick your line, repeat that line, and then just don't go any faster than that, because like I came in a bit hot this morning, which is what happened to the rear right here. We had a little,
It's not too bad.
yeah, it was a
That's
little,
fine. We do
Style
that every
points.
weekend, right?
Yeah.
a little tap rear, and
Yeah.
then I was like, okay, that's the limit. That is the limit. And then we had a couple chase runs with Jake and in the other S15, and yeah, really nice.
Did you drive anything?
No, I'm chilling.
I'm gonna let him.
Just
He can drive. He
supporting
can
Becky.
drive tomorrow.
Yeah.
Have you? But it's the helmets. Have you seen the helmets?
Yeah, no, it's so funny. So seeing you and
No
Jimmy
one-
both in the BMX helmets gets me.
Nobody has a helmet big enough for my head.
I didn't realise your head was that big.
I know, it's pretty
It's
crazy.
massive.
Yeah.
Because you'd just be like, it doesn't look that. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking about this.
I forgot to end the video of the track, so we're ending it in downtown Worklaw. I think the proper way to pronounce it is Versala, something like that. But anyway, it's really cool, lots of cool restaurants. Just kind of walking around, talking to people. There's a lot of people in town for Ultra Race, which is very cool. We just kind of walk around and like to keep a pierogi on me. See you guys in the next one.